icLAAo. I can't lose. There's no reality where I lose. Soon, I might start selling these soon. icLAAo, no reality where I lose, because I literally couldn't lose if I wanted to lose. Even if I tried my hardest to lose, it couldn't happen. I can't lose. Look, I realized something crazy the other day, and a lot of people are probably going to disagree with this. A lot of people might not like this, but this is actually the truth. I was driving the other day, and I was just thinking, what is the worst thing that's ever happened to me in my life? And I was thinking. I was like, okay, the worst thing that probably ever happened to me in my life is that when I was 17, my dad died. I lost my dad at 17. I'm now 21, so what is that, like 5 years or 4 years? So I guess when I look at my life, I can say that's the worst thing that ever happened in my life. But then the craziest thought came to my mind. I was like, okay, so what's the best thing that's ever happened to me? And I realized the best thing that ever happened to me in my life was also my dad dying. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, oh my God, how can you say that? No, listen to what I'm going to say. I didn't say that I wanted him to die. I didn't say that I liked it that he died. I didn't say that it isn't sad that he died. I didn't say that it isn't painful that he died. But because of that, it turned me into this. Because this instant that happened to me at 17, a switch flipped. I was always a winner. I was always going to win regardless. But the instant that happened to me, I went into a different mode. Because I knew at that point, oh shit, if I did have a safety net, it's no longer here. Literally, there's nobody that's going to come and help me. There's nobody that's going to come and save me. So I had to go now. 17, started doing business. And now, years later, my business over $250,000, pushing $500,000 at 21. Doing a lot of different things. Why? Because of the immense amount of drive that I got from that experience. Because what people don't understand is that in life, the number one concept, I've been saying this, I've been screaming this from the rooftops for so long. The number one concept that will allow you to win in this life that you understand is balance. Balance is a fundamental law of the universe. People don't understand that there are laws of the universe. Because you don't even need to read a book to understand this. Nobody told me this. I didn't read this in a book. You just understand this by living life and noticing things. There are laws of the universe and everything must be balanced. Everything has an equal and opposite. That is a fact. Man, woman, blue, red, black, white, good, bad, night, day. Everything must have an equal opposite and everything must be balanced for life to function. That is how life works. And when you really understand that, you will win in life. Because when those things that you deem as super bad happen to you, you're going to realize that this also has the potential to make me super good. Because that's just how the laws of the universe work. But most people don't see it that way. That's why most people allow all these bad things that happen to them to destroy their lives. Because they think, oh, why me? Because they think, oh, this bad thing happened to me, I can't recover. Not understanding that bad thing happened to you so you can flip it into a good thing that's equal. So if a very, very bad thing just happened to you, you know that you can turn this into a very, very good thing in every situation. When you ask people what changed them, what really made them get successful, what they always say, I went through something. Either I went to jail, either I made a stupid decision, either I lost somebody important to me. It's always something that most people deem as very, very bad that springboards people into something very, very, very good. Balance. Everything must have an equal and or opposite. That is the most important thing that you can understand in life. If something a little bit bad happens to you, you can turn that into something a little bit good. But the same thing happens, but it goes the same way though. If something very, very good happens to you, it also has a very, very bad aspect to it. If you win the lottery right now, you would deem that as very, very good. But you now have $1 million that you didn't earn, you didn't work for, and it could be very, very bad as well. Drugs, alcohol, women, blowing the money. So it can be that very, very good thing that you just said is very, very good. Also can be very, very bad. Do you see how it works? Everything in the universe must be balanced. And what's my overall point in saying this? My overall point in this message is that when things that you deem as bad happen, don't sweat it. You can't control what's going to happen to you. You can only control how you react. A lot of people feel like in my situation, a lot of people will feel like, oh, he should have lived longer. Oh, he was supposed to be here. Oh, he wasn't supposed to live anything. He wasn't supposed to live longer. He died when he was supposed to die. Why? Because that brings another fundamental law of the universe. Nothing that, if it happened, it was supposed to happen. That is a law of the universe. If it happened, it was supposed to happen. If it happened to you, you deserved it to happen to you. Nothing in this life comes to you that you don't deserve. Because nothing is an accident. A lot of idiots think that this world is, a lot of idiots think that there's no God. A lot of idiots think that this world is, you're an idiot. God is real, and everything that has happened to you is happening to you for a reason, and it was supposed to be that way. And the way you change what happens to you is by changing yourself. You can't change anything outside. But if you change yourself, you will attract more things that you want into your life. So, he was supposed to die. That's one thing I realized when I was younger. I started to understand the laws of the universe. Like I talked about balance. Okay, this thing that I deem as bad, very bad happened to me. But I know I can use this and turn it into something very good. I'm not going to complain about his death. I'm not going to bitch about it. I'm not going to say, why me? Because he was supposed to die. That's one of the laws of the universe. Not to say that when things happen that you can't feel bad about it. Of course you're going to feel bad about it. Not to say that when things happen that, you're not going to care. You're not going to feel pain. But you have to understand. And if you understand that it's happened for a reason, the pain that you feel, it's not going to be as bad as if you start pouting and self-loathing. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Why me? Why me? Bullshit. Because that's not how life works. Everybody has their own, what you can say, struggles. Everybody has their own. Even the most famous, most wealthy people have their own struggles. It's not a why me. It's not a why me. Because everybody goes through it. Who said it? Was it Buddha? No, it wasn't Buddha. Okay, yes, it was Buddha. Buddha said life is suffering. You're always going to feel pain in life. So it's not a why you situation. It's so easy to say why me when you lost your job. But what about the kids that are in India starving? What about them? It's so easy to say why me because your car broke down. What about the guy that's walking to work every day? Why me, right? Anyway, the long story short, stop bitching when bad things happen to you. It was supposed to happen to you. Understand that. And understand what you did to put yourself in that situation. Sometimes it's out of your control, though. Like, if a family member passes, that type of thing. Of course, sometimes it's out of your control. But a lot of the times, the bad things that happen to you are because of actions that you have taken, whether it's conscious or subconscious, your thinking patterns, whether it's conscious or subconscious. Because how you think determines your reality. Because I think like this, I'm more equipped than the average person to handle difficulties in life. Because I understand that, okay, what are you trying to teach me from this, God? What am I supposed to be learning from this situation? Okay, this happened to me. How can I springboard this into something equal and opposite that's going to be positive? No bullshit, no bitching. You will never win like that. Understand there's laws of the universe. The most important one, balance. Understand that, and there's no reality where you could lose, like me.